Hey guys, tonight we are going to be talking about multiplying and dividing inequalities. That means problems that have more than one solution. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, title this Multiplying and Dividing Inequalities, and the essential question I need you to answer is, how can you do that? Okay, and there's two cases. Case one is when you have a positive number, okay? It remains true. If you multiply or divide each side of the inequality, you will get a true statement. Oh, sorry. Let me rewind my thoughts. If you multiply or divide each side of the inequality by the same positive number, the statement remains true. Case two, watch out for case two. It'll come by and it will surprise you and you'll get the answer wrong, so be careful, is if you multiply or divide, not add or subtract, each side of an inequality by a negative number this time, you must switch the symbol, you must reverse the symbol for the inequality to remain true. Important red flag here, I want to highlight this. Red flag, okay, you have to reverse, okay? Otherwise the statement does not remain true. So let's go on to some examples. Alright, one, remember, two cases, when dividing or multiplying by a positive and when dividing or multiplying by a negative. How do we undo division? We multiply. Alright, now we have A is less than 4 times 2 is 8. Now we're going to graph it, because we always graph inequalities because there's more than one answer. Alright. Every time. Rewind. Graph it. And will we have an open or a closed circle? We will have a open circle. Okay, and we are going to shade where A is less than, so we are going to shade to the left. And I'm sorry, my pen is acting up. It's like spacing out for some reason. I apologize, guys. Okay, let's go over to example 2. All right, two cases, positive and negatives. N is divided by a positive 7, so we're working with case 1. We're going to multiply by a positive 7, and we're not going to worry about flipping our signs. So N is still going to say greater than or equal to negative 1 times 7 is negative 7. Now we're going to graph it. Negative 7, close circle, okay, and N is bigger, so we're going to shade to the right. 3, two cases. W is being divided by a positive 5, so we're working with case 1 because it's a positive. We're going to multiply by 5. Now we'll have W is still less than or equal to 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 2, 32. 1 decimal place, and it's negative. Right, now we're ready to graph. 0, negative 32. Close circle because it's equal to, and W is less than, so we are shading to the left. Alright, solve the inequality and still graphing. Example number 4. We are going to divide by 4. Are we dividing by a positive or a negative? We're dividing by a positive, and so our sign won't flip. Now we'll have B is greater than or equal to 4 goes into 36. 4 goes into 36 9 times. Okay, now we're going to graph it. 0. Okay, then 9 and filled in circle, and B is greater, so we're going to shade to the right. Alright. I'm going to go through and we're going to skip example 5 and example 6. I'm going to show you the difference of when it's positive and negative. If we had negative 4b, so this is our example 5, negative 4b is greater than or equal to 36, we would still divide by 4, but this time it would be a negative 4. Here's case 2, negative 4, and we would have to flip our signs. We would have to say, now b is less than or equal to negative 9, which means our shading on our number line would be different, and we are looking at a negative 9 instead of a positive 9, still filled in, b is less than, and now we're shading the opposite direction, okay? Let's do another example where it's negative. I'm going to choose the example, let's go to the one like A. A, this is our new example 6, divided by negative 2 is less than 4. All right, here's case 2. We're going to undo a division of negative 2 by multiplying by negative 2, multiplying by negative 2. And we'll have to flip our sign. You have to flip this. So now it's going to say A is greater than negative 8. And our shading is going to be different. 0, okay, negative 8. Open circle, and A is greater, so we're going to shade to the right. The biggest thing here is that you flip your sign. When you're adding and subtracting, you didn't have to flip your sign. When you're multiplying or dividing by a positive, you don't flip your sign. The only time you flip your sign is when it's multiply or divide by a negative. All right. Here's your on your own problems. Go ahead and try these on your own problems. And when you're ready to go over your answers, please press play. Thank you for trying the on your own problems by yourself first. Super important that you do this by yourself and don't just copy down what I'm doing. Okay? So, we would have got Z. Z is still going to be less than 2. And then I should see your graph. Okay? Open circle, and then you are shading to the left because Z is smaller. All right, this one would be K is less than or equal to, this one's not going to be flipped, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. Okay, graph it, and you should have a filled in circle, and you should be shading to the left. Okay, sorry, emails all over the place. Okay, M is still going to be greater than or equal to negative 12. Graph it, have a filled-in circle, and shade to the right. 4. L, we're going to undo the division of a negative 6. Got to flip your sign. Must flip the sign. So L is now going to be less than 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Okay, flip your sign. Graphing it, you should have a closed circle, and you should be shading to the left. 5, we have multiply by negative 6, so we're going to divide both sides by negative 6, so P is now going to have to flip your sign. B greater than 6. When you graph it, open circle and shade to the right. Okay, now go ahead and answer your essential question. Okay, and take that checkpoint. I hope you guys have a great night.